Hi everyone, I am joined by the lovely Dishka today. She is signing in from Spain, I believe. Whereabouts exactly in Spain are you, Dishka?
Yes, I'm in Barcelona.
Barcelona. Lovely. And I'm sure the weather's lovely there today.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I'm joined by Dishka, and today we're going to be sharing more about her journey with Super Mums, and what that's looked like, and just to really share with you someone who I have found very inspiring after learning about her journey through the course and now successfully launching her Salesforce career. So, for those that don't know, Dishka, do you want to tell everyone a bit about yourself? Where are you from, and what did you do before Salesforce?
Thank you so much, Rachel. Um, as you said, my name is Deeksha, and I'm an Indian. And it's been almost 9 years. I've been hopping from one country to another after I got married, and now I'm settled in Barcelona. It's been like around 5 years.
You relocated to Barcelona, and were you a stay-at-home mum, did you say, before you did the admin course with Supermums and launched your career in Salesforce?
Yeah, I studied architecture and civil construction engineering, and I had a very decent job before I got married. And then after my marriage, I had to move to like different places with my husband because he's an IT guy. And then I had my baby, and I was a homemaker. I was a stay-at-home mom, and after a very long gap, I met another mom at a play date, and she told me about super mums and Salesforce, and I don't know exactly what was the connection, but I really got inspired, and she told me the way they are doing and they are empowering women, and I really liked the idea, maybe because I wanted to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Although I had a nice job, a decent job before I got married, but uh, it it wasn't it was not my choice. Architecture was given to me by my parents,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to do something that I I really like doing,
Yeah.
and that is how I like the idea of flexible working. I can work remotely, and it was a good idea.
Yeah. So you found out about Supermums from a playground chat with a friend, and she'd done the course. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Fab. It's amazing the opportunities that come to us, in these
yes,
moments.
yes.
And so, what was your experience like on the course? What did you find most challenging about it, and what did you love most about it?
Yes, and my journey is a bit different one than other mums or dads because for me it took really long to complete my course. I know it sounds like oh my god, but then it is what it is. Um, I started in 2018, just before pandemic, and I was really excited. Oh, I want to do this and that. And then suddenly depression hit me because we mums, especially the expats, it's a difficult life to to leave your country, to leave your work, and then you are a full-time mom and so many responsibilities. And I was very excited for the course, but then life happened. And uh, the best part about super mom was they always understood me. They always understood me. I was not able to do it. I was not able to concentrate when other all the other trainees were like participating. They were doing their homework, and then I spoke to my trainer, and they said it's okay, it's fine. You can just take a break, and you can enroll yourself in the next session.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a break. I took a break. I'm sorry, and I took admission in the other session.
Mm-hmm.
And again, when I started doing it, I couldn't do it. I don't know. I was not able to concentrate because um, it's horrible. Depression is a monster,
Mm.
and again left it in the mid. Like after 4 weeks or 5 weeks, it was not getting in my head because apart from my mental state, it's different field. I never did it. And sometimes the thing was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But when I'm attending the sessions, I'm sometimes confused. But when I'm doing the trailhead, there is something exciting about it. It was like playing a game. It's very encouraging, when you receive appreciation. For example, you're doing a challenge and you receive some points. It's very nice. And I really liked doing it. At like one part of myself liked doing it. So I did not want to leave it. When I joined the course, and I don't know, I don't really compare myself with others because I know it's my journey. But at the same time, I'm a human. So that was the time when Nikki was my trainer. And I told her like my story, and like this happened. This is the fourth time I enrolled for the course, and there's something magical about her. She is amazing because she understood my problem. She said, oh, this time I'm not going to leave you behind. I'm going to send you emails, to catch up with you, like what's happening, how's it going on. And I think that is what I needed at that time.
Yeah.
She
that
understood
accountability and that support, and somebody, there with you.
Yeah, just checking on me. Oh, Diksha, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, and she was always there. Whenever even first times I texted her on WhatsApp, okay, Nikki, this and this is the thing, and she was always there. And this time, fourth time I was able to do it. And then I started updating my LinkedIn profile, and I don't know, I had this thing, okay, Diksha, you're doing it, just give it a go, just, and yes, I finished my course. I was the last one to finish it again. But again, there was no comparison. There was no comparison. And one thing that Nikki told me was like, if you're going back to studies after a long break, just don't be hard on yourself.
Yes.
Don't do too much of it, like just in one day that you feel overburdened. So it's just 10 minutes. Just get familiar again with your Devo again, like what you did earlier. Just brush it up, and that's it. And I think it really helped. It really helped. I was like as slow as a tortoise. Oh no, like a snail maybe. But it was all worth, because I learned in the end, and then I got a mentor, Stuart. He was amazing. He was really good, and I shared my story with him as well, because I think it's a taboo back there, especially in India. It's a taboo, you can't have a mental sickness. And he understood me. He supported me. Whenever I needed help. I mean, ideally, there has to be a fixed day in a week when you can talk to your mentor, but Stuart was available whenever I needed him. Of course, not immediately, because you just need to schedule a little bit, and then he was there. So
amazing.
He was very helpful. And then the moment I completed my course, I was in my mind, I thought probably they may not give me the experience,
the work experience project.
The work experience project, because I was I had this guilt inside, because I knew I didn't complete it on time, so I don't even have the right. But honestly, I was so happy the day I told Nikki, like, I completed my homework and I'm ready for the project. And I didn't believe, like, within a week, I got my project. It was amazing. It was so good. And the project went really well, because I worked in a charity and everyone was really nice. Honestly, there was a bit of a mess there, but I learned a lot. So
Yeah.
when there's a difficult situation, I mean, there are two ways of seeing it. It's either, oh my God, it's nobody's there to help you. Da, 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 da. But then the other side, it's I did so many different things instead of like one manager giving you just one particular thing to do. I mean, like everyone is coming to you with small different topics that we covered in our course.
Yeah.
So it was really helpful to me. And meanwhile, I started looking for jobs, though I was prepared for the worst. I thought, oh, I'm not going to get anything. I'm just taking it slow. And I started appearing for interviews. Luckily, I started getting the calls. I contacted like so many recruiters.
Mm-hmm.
I took help from Supermom to update my LinkedIn profile because I don't know, I think I'm not so good with words
Yeah.
to help me with
It's a
that.
great part of the course where you get that support with your LinkedIn
Yeah,
profile, because a lot of
yeah,
people, you know, that's something that's new to them as well.
yeah. And I think I got some really good tips to be like how to be more visible to the recruiters
Yeah.
and I think after a month or so, after many applications, like I applied for so many jobs, so many jobs. So, and then I started getting the call back. I appeared for interviews. Some people rejected me.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. At least I got the experience. This is
Yes.
what I was thinking. Okay, I know. I mean, like one thing. What's the worst? I mean, they're not going to select me, but at least I get an experience of appearing for an interview.
Yeah.
This again was told to me by Supermom that even if you think you're not so good yet, at least start doing it. You know, you'll get the experience. Start appearing
Yes.
for the interviews. And yes, now where I work is Kingspan. It's a really good company.
Mm-hmm.
It's a multinational company. They have their offices in 70 different companies, and it's really good. I appeared for an interview with them, and luckily, I think that was it's because I did not lose my patience there. I got called from three different companies at the same time.
Wow.
And I appeared for the interviews, and for two companies, I got shortlisted. And
Mm-hmm.
I chose to be with Kingspan because the team was good, and I was very honest with them that I'm I'm not a leader right now. I'm a
Mm.
follower, and I want someone to help me there in the team.
Yeah.
And the good part is they they are training me. They're still training me because in Supermom, it's what we learn is uh, it's in one org how to do it. And
Yeah.
now where I work, they have 7 different orgs.
Yeah.
So
Still a
it's
learning experience.
yeah, it's a bigger business.
Yeah.
So I'm learning it, and also because it's not been so long that I
Yeah.
started working. So yeah, I'm super
Amazing.
happy,
Thank
and
you so
I
much for sharing and for being so vulnerable as well about, you know, your struggles with your depression and your mental health, because I think it takes courage to share that, but also there's so many people, Dishka, that will watch this that might be in a similar circumstance and they don't think they can move forward. So thank you for sharing, because it gives someone else the courage to know that they can overcome this. And I love that, you know, you shared. I do believe what makes our course quite unique is that human connection that you get with your trainer. And what I think is great about Nikki is she's a previous trainee. So she went through Supermum's admin course as a mum on maternity leave with 3 kids. And I think that's why it makes her such a great trainer, because she can resonate with you wholeheartedly because she's been in your shoes. And that mentor experience as well. Like I love, you know, seeing people in the ecosystem who volunteer to be mentors for super mums, because I know that it's such a huge part of, you know, your journey to have someone who's more experienced just guide you and hold your hand and answer your questions and reassure you that, you know, you're on the right path. So it's great to hear that you had such a good experience with that as well.
I owe big time to Supermom. I mean, I did not know 4 years back. I didn't even think of Salesforce or Supermoms, and I'm so happy. I feel glad that I met the other mom on a play date, and she told me about Supermoms. It's because there are so many women out there. It's not just the career break,
Yeah.
There can be something else like me. I had two reasons. One is the career break, and the other one is sometimes you just you want to change in your career. You want to do something else. So
Yeah.
there are two things, and I'm really happy. There is flexible working and working remotely. I can take care of my child, and it's so important.
Absolutely. So do you feel now like life looks very different as a result of doing the course? And again, I love that your story isn't typical. That's great to know that each person's story is unique. Some people come in and, they do the course and get their cert within 3 months and they land a role, but that's not always typical. And what's good to shine the light on the fact that if you have persistence, if you don't give up, and that is your journey, you can see that you can get to where you want to be. And life, I'm sure, does it look different now? Like, you seem very happy and fulfilled in your role with Kingspan.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
so
so
good to
much.
hear. So good to hear. So just lastly, what would you say to someone who is considering Salesforce and would like to learn more about the benefits of a career in the industry, but they have no experience or knowledge of the platform? What would you say to someone?
Hmm. Honestly, uh, I have two or three people in my life, women, and they want to change their career, and I would, being an Indian, I know there are many institutes where you can do Salesforce, honestly, but I've seen the difference. I have another friend who did it from somewhere else,
Mm.
and it was just like, every day there's a class, they would just finish it fast. And that's it. It's your job to do it later. If you do it, if you don't do it, they don't care. And this is not what I want. I think if I compare Supermoms with education, I think it's a very modern education based system. I think I really like the way they have this human touch, and um, uh, I would say anyone who has lack of confidence, or who is, even if they are confident, I think the way Supermom trains their training
Mm.
is 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 um, is amazing. It's great, and if you keep in contact, for example, if you are on LinkedIn, and if you subscribe to, if you follow them, every single day you feel part of it because you see so many updates, so many things happening. They make you part of your family. It's
Yeah.
more like a family to me now.
Yeah.
I make sure I check it. I see what's happening. There are so many events taking place. So I think for every um, woman out there, I think this is the best thing if they want to land in Salesforce somehow. Supermoms is a great, great platform. I think it's a great place to learn Salesforce. Yes, to
Amazing.
upgrade. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing, and thanks for sharing your experience. And I am very passionate about like just sharing the brand's mission, because I do believe, like you, there's so many women and also men out there that are not in a situation right now where they feel totally fulfilled. And I think it's important for people to know they have options. It doesn't matter where they are in their life, what stage, what season, what age, what background, there's an alternative way where we can support them to upskill and change their future through Supermoms and Salesforce. And I just love shining the light on more people like you to show people what's possible. So it's amazing to hear your journey again, because I know this is the second time that you've shared that. And just thank you for being so honest, so vulnerable, and I'm excited for you to continue on your journey and just to watch your growth and just hear more about your progression and your growth. And there's so much room for so much, not only I think professional growth in Salesforce, but that personal growth as well, which is so good. So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank
Thank
you.
you.